Then we have image tag. Image tag, we use it to display image inside your website, and it has certain attributes. I'm going to talk about attributes when we get to the practical session. Most of these tag or elements, they have attributes. Then we have anchor tag. You want to direct your page to another page. You want to link one page to another page. You will make use of anchor tag, which is a tag. It has its own attribute also, which we are going to talk about shortly. Now, let's talk about nesting elements. Now, you can nest one element inside another. For example, you want to make a piece of text, you want to make it bold and italicized at the same time. HTML does not include a single element for this purpose. There is no tag that will do both bolding and italicizing at the same time. So you are going to combine two tags. You are going to make use of bold tag and I tag. That is bold tag and italicized tag. You can see that you nest them inside one another. You start with bold, then you start with a italic tag. Whatever you want to work upon, you type your content in between. Then you close your italicized tag first before you close the bold tag. So when you come here, I said note. Nesting element follow LIFO rule. LIFO, L-I-F-O. LIFO means last in, first out. The last tag will be the first one to close. For example, here, bold comes first, followed by italics. But you can see that I'm closing italics before bold. So don't forget that rule, last in, first out. The last tag will be the first one to get out. So you don't close bold before italics. In this case, your browser will not recognize it. So look at what we type here. This word has italic and bold formatting. When your browser sees this statement, it's going to produce this result. This word has both italic and this word has italic and bold formatting. You can see that this word is bold and is italicized at the same time. Don't forget LIFO rule. When you are nesting tag, that is, you are putting one tag inside another tag. Make sure that the last one you enter is the first one to get out, and so on and so forth. Now let's look at a basic skeleton of HTML page. When you are writing your website, this is the structure of your web page. Every web page will follow this pattern. You have a doc type HTML. We call it document declaration or document definition. We have HTML, we have head, we have closing head, we have body, we have closing body, then we have HTML, closing HTML at the bottom. Every web page, no matter how advanced that web page is, they follow this pattern. So you are going to master this structure. You must know it. You must not mix them up. You discover that we have opening HTML. The HTML is the last one to close. We follow by head, but immediately we close head. Under head we have body, then we close body. So this symbol ... ellipsis, it means you can put some other tag in between opening head and closing head. And in between body and closing body, you can put some other tag. So that is the meaning of that. Now let's look at them one by one. To create a true HTML document, you will start with a tag that is called document type definition, DTD. And after document type definition, you are going to make use of three other container elements called HTML, head, and body. You can see that we have four of them here. The first one is a doc type, very important. I will talk about it later. Followed by HTML tag, followed by head, and followed by body. Those are the four major elements of your HTML page. Now let's start with the doc type. You can see that in the tab exclamation mark and doc type HTML. Today, most web developers they use HTML5. There are different versions of HTML. We have HTML4, we have HTML5, we have XHTML 1.0. Now, I don't want to confuse you with this version. I want to tell you that we are going to make use of HTML5 in this training. And when you want to make use of HTML5, you are going to start it with this document tag declaration. You must put this tag on top of your page. Every page of your website must have this declaration. It is the first piece of information in an HTML file. It tells the browser what markup standard you will use to write your page. So it's going to tell your browser the version you are using. So we use this one for version HTML5. Though, for comparison, we have another document type called XHTML 1.0. It is very long, you can see. It is very long, it has public, W3C and so on. And most web developer, they just copy it somewhere. Anytime they want to use this on any page, they just copy and paste. You can't memorize this. But in this training, we will make use of this kind of document declaration. We are going to make use of HTML5 doc type. So don't forget that document declaration tag is the first tag on your web page. As you can see, it is the first one on top here. So don't forget that. You are going to put it on top of all your pages. Now, after that, we have HTML. This element wrap everything apart from doc type in your web page. Everything in your web page will be within the opening and closing HTML. You can see it is the opening here and it is the closing. It is the last one at the bottom. So take note of that it will be the last one at the bottom. Then we have head tag. This element designates the header portion of your document. It includes some other information like title of your site, and metadata, and link tag, and some other tag can go inside the header tag. We are going to explain this later. Then the body tag. The body tag holds the meat of your website, that is, the actual content that people will see. Whatever is between the head, people will not see it. But anything in between the opening body and the closing body, between this body and closing body is where your content is. So take note of that. The body contains the content of your website. Then we still come back to this structure. I put an example here. You can see I have doc type, I have HTML, I have head, but in between the opening and closing head, I put something called title tag. The title tag, I call it everything I know about website. Just for example, we will normally put title tag in between the opening and closing head. Then I put a paragraph tag between the opening and closing body. So you can see that some other thing can go in between your head tag or in between your body tag. So let me talk about this title tag. It sets the title for your page. The title tag is very important, and you put it in between the opening and closing head. It is very, very important. Now, it performs several roles. It will display the title of your page at the top of your browser. Now, let me jump out and go to my browser. You can see, look at this one, web design with HTML. You can see this title here. That is the function of my title tag that does that. It is my title tag that that just does that. So then the paragraph tag, we put your content in form of paragraph on your web page. Now, in the next video, we are going to have practical session where we actually practicalize all I've been explaining about HTML basic. We are going to make use of all those tags and see them in actual practice. Thank you for listening.